Why we need to create subnets? Any idea?
Regarding the no.
So if you are into a development environment, or suppose you are a developer, okay, how you are going to deploy the application? How do you deploy an application? Okay, so the first one is actually we have a front end. Okay, we have middleware. Okay, and we have finally a database, the backend. Okay, correct. Okay,
Yes.
this is front end, also called as actually web server. Okay, this is application server. Okay, application server. Finally, database. Okay, I want to host my application, entire application into cloud. And cloud basically a virtual private cloud. So entire web server, app server, and the database should be in the VPC. Yeah, this is VPC. This is VPC. Okay. Yeah. Now tell me, what is web server, app server, and database server? What is web server? What is app server and database server? You are working on some application, some XYZ application, right?
Okay.
Okay. For example, you are working on some ICICIbank.com. So it's an online banking application. Online banking application where the web server should have connectivity to the internet, right?
Yeah.
The developer basically deploy the JSP pages on an app server. App server basically deals with the business logic. And database server, you know, whatever the data you are just entering, that's supposed to be stored or processed or updated or modified in the databases. Hence, the front layer is web server. It should have a connectivity to the public. That means the outbound communication should be there. Okay, outbound, inbound communication should be enabled on a web server. Okay, but when it comes to app server and database server, there is no inbound. That means the customer does not directly interact with the app server or database server. Okay, database server. Basically, these are actually inbound servers. Inbound means they can accept, but they can't directly send the data to the outside. Okay. And so what we can do, we can make a private subnet and put both app server and database servers inside that. Okay. Now we got it right. What is a private subnet? Private subnet means there is no connectivity to the outside world because they are secured components. We should not give access to the outsiders. Clear?
Okay, sir.
That's it. No. Private subnet. Whatever the web server. Web server should be public subnet. Okay, there's a public subnet. It should be inside a public subnet. Okay. So should be a public subnet. Public means what? Public means the people outside this VPC should be able to connect to the public subnet. Hence, just assume I am a person sitting over here. Okay, I'm a person. I'm going to sitting over here. Okay, sitting over here. Okay, I want to connect to the public thread. How to connect?
In public server, anyone can be connected.
So I'm a user here. Okay, I'm a user. Okay. I am outside, completely outside this VPC. And we're nowhere related.
Okay.
But I want to connect to this ICICI Bank server. How to do that? First, I'll go from here to internet. Yeah. After connecting to the internet from here onwards, what to do? Internet is supposed to connect to this VPC. Is it possible to connect to VPC directly? That does not allow VPC. VPC is basically a virtual private cloud, right? Virtual private cloud. And so we cannot connect to the VPC directly. That's where actually we need a component called an internet gateway. Yeah. There is a component called an internet gateway. This guy name is IGW, Internet Gateway. Okay. Gateway. So through Internet Gateway, basically we communicate with the VPC. Okay. We just communicate with the VPC. Okay. But VPC directly connect to the VPC? No, actually directly it can interact only through a router. I told you each subnet contains a router, right? I told you, right? It's a router. This guy is a router. Okay. So router only we can able to connect to the server. Okay, from here to here. Okay. Okay, if you want to connect to the subnet again, this guy also has another router. Okay. So the app server is supposed to connect to the router here. Okay. If you want to communicate with the web server, this guy communicated only like this. Okay, got it. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yesterday I have explained already. Okay.
Yes.
Routers cannot directly interact with each other. They can directly talk to each other. They can interact only through the router which is there in the same subnet. Okay. So nothing very simple. The concept is very simple. Yeah. So if you are working some very large scale applications or large enterprises, they cannot maintain one single subnet. Why? Sorry, one single network. Why? First of all, why they need to maintain virtual private cloud? Cloud is a very vast network. We cannot use the entire network. Okay, basically we have to take only one part of the cloud. How you are going to do that? How you are going to what you call design a private network for our needs. That can be done using a virtual private cloud. First, you have to create a virtual private cloud inside a AWS. After creating a cloud, a virtual private cloud, that means private cloud, Okay, we cannot use the entire virtual private cloud to the one single component. We have to first look at the client needs. Does he has any private components involved? If he has a private components and public components, we create a different subnets. Inside subnets, we place all our instances. Clear?
Oh,
It might be a database, it might be a web server, it might be app server, it might be a platform also. Okay. All these things can be done through network subnetting. Okay. See, whenever you create a Amazon instance, Amazon Web Services instance, AWS by default provide one VPC. Default, they provide one VPC, one router also will be there. Okay. So if you are clear about this concept today, I will show you how this VPC, Virtual Private Cloud, works. Yeah.
okay.
It here, AWS. Okay. You have to register your account. After that, it is a root user. Okay. So the root user is kind of administrator. Okay. This guy has the complete access on your network. Okay. IAM user, basically root user creates various users. So those users are called as actually IAM user. I will explain IAM user later. Okay. So root user email ID you have to enter. After that, click next. Okay. 8MXY5. Yes. Just click submit. Okay. Now you're going to enter a password. Yeah. Now look at here which console I'm using actually US East to Ohio. Okay. So this is a region basically. As I told you already, so many regions are there. One of the availability zone is US East to Ohio. So whenever you connect, automatically it will tag it to the particular availability zone. Okay. If you take North Virginia, this is a console. See, console.aws.com. Now it has been changed, North Virginia. Okay. So after that, what you can do, you can go here. Hey, this is your account ID. By default, whenever you open into Amazon Web Services, account ID gets created over here. Now coming to one of the very important service called VPC. Okay, this is actually VPC, isolated cloud services. Okay, just click this one. Yeah, virtual private cloud. Okay, virtual private cloud. So what you can do basically under virtual private cloud, you can see how many VPCs are there. By default, one VPC will be there. As I told you already. Okay, one VPC would be there. Just click your VPCs. See, one VPC has been created already there. See, look at here. Hmm? It's a default VPC. Okay. Today, I would like to show you how exactly you can create VPC. Okay. Under actions, you can see by default all are disabled because currently we are not selected any VPC. Just select this VPC and see. These are actually options we have. Now we don't do anything over here. Just click create VPC. Just give me 2 seconds. We'll go to restaurant. Okay. Yeah. So now we are going to create a VPC. Okay. So now I'm going to create a VPC. You can say okay. Okay. So here you can see the different versioning. Okay. See IPv4 CIDR block. CIDR, as I told you, CIDR is a classless inter-domain routing where we have to provide the number of IPs which you are going to allocate for this VPC. Okay, so what's the value? You can give 150. You can give anything. Okay, 0.0 of 16. I'm giving. That means you can almost allocating 60,000 IP addresses. Okay. Then here you can see IPv6 CIDR. So either you can use IPv4 or IPv6, but currently, most of these systems are not supporting IPv6, hence I'm using IPv4. Okay, so you can see here regarding this information. So basically IPv4, manages your IP addressing. Okay, so you can allocate how many IPs are required. Okay, see IP address manager, IPAM we call it actually, it automatically allocates those many IP addresses to this VPC. Tenancy, you have to keep it default. If you use a dedicated, they will charge you. Don't change tenancy. Okay, default is a tenancy. Okay, what is this default and dedicated? Dedicated means they will give the complete VPC in a dedicated environment. Other VPCs won't be there. That is so costly, hence don't give dedicated, select only default. These are optional anyway. Tags are optional, but better if you want to create it. So VPC has been created. Coming to CIDR, you can see the CIDR 150.0.0.0 of 16. Okay, and then other information here you can see DHCP option set, state is available, DNS host names are disabled, DNS resolution is disabled, main route table is this. This is a route table. This is a route table. Okay, for this VPC by default it will create a route table called this. Okay, so just go and check your VPCs right now. There are two VPCs would be there. This is one VPC, this is another VPC. I'm going to rename it actually. Okay, you can say 6 AM VPC 24th December 21. Okay, this is a VPC which I'm going to give. Okay, so it's a VPC which we have created. Coming to other things, here you can see DHCP main route table and main network ACL and owner ID is this and so on. That means we have created already VPC successfully. Okay, now what is the next? Actually, we are going to divide this into different subnets. Yeah, different subnets. Shall we do that? Just go to subnets, inside subnets. So many subnets already there. So many subnets already there. Okay, so if you want to delete all those things, you can delete it and you can allocate. Okay, shall we do that? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So first delete all is deleted. Subnets, so many subnets are there. Okay, so all the subnets I'm going to delete it. Actions, delete subnet. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to do it. Okay, subnet, create subnet. Okay. So here, as I told you in our diagram, each subnet is inside a VPC, right? Each subnet is inside VPC. This is a private subnet. This is inside VPC. So we have to tag this VPC ID. Select a VPC. This is the one which we have created just now, 6 a.m. VPC 24th December 21. Okay. You select this. Okay. So how many subnets are there? Only one subnet, right? So you can give a subnet over here. Actually, you can say public subnet. Okay. So can you give what's the name? Actually, 6 a.m. you can see. Okay, 6 a.m. public subnet. Then what about the availability zones? See, you might create a virtual private cloud anywhere. Okay. And one more flexibility which AWS provide, the subnets can be selected in a different zone. See, this is the availability zones. You can select any one of these zones. Okay. So this under availability zones, we have North Virginia, East. These many subzones are there. Okay. Under this availability zone, you can choose any one of this availability zone. Yes, selected. Now coming to IPv4 CIDR block. Okay. So what exactly we have to specify your subnet IP address block. Okay. Got it?
Okay. Yes.
So now I'm going to give, okay, 150, right? So I'm going to give 150 dot
16.
okay, 16 we have already given for a main VPC. Okay.
Oh, sub 20.
Okay, this is actually 24. Okay. And then coming to P4, otherwise you can give 16 also. It's not an issue. Okay. 16 also fine. Okay, take this 16. Okay, done. Okay. So yeah. But do you allocate the entire values over here? No. Ideally, I will give only partial values. Okay. So, okay, let it be. We can give either 16 or 24 or anything. Okay. So, you can also give 24. 24 means how many IP addresses we can allocate for this? Any idea? 24 minus 2.
32 minus 42.
22. That means 6, 7, 8, 2 to the power of 8. Right? 2 to the power of 8 means how much? So 2 to the power of 5, 32, 32, 64, 64, 128.
256.
256 IP addresses you can allocate. Okay. It's very less basically. It's okay, fine. Otherwise, you can give straight away 16 for a public IP address. Next key. Okay. You can say public subnet. Okay. Done. Just come down. Create a subnet. We are going to create a subnet. Okay. So subnet has been created. Okay. So I can specify here 6 a.m. public subnet. Right. Okay. So just go and check the properties. These are the properties. We can always check your properties. Details, these are the details. Okay. So these are the details. Yeah. Go up a little bit. These are the details of the subnet. Okay. Okay, route table. By default, route table also has been assigned. Okay. And then that's it. Okay, and go here, flow log, nothing is there, route table. Some route table is already associated. Anyway, we'll create a route table and allocate later. It's not an issue. Okay. And route table, we have a destination and target already. That means the local people connect to this destination. Okay. Then coming to network ACL, access control list, basically network access control list. Okay. So currently there is no IGW. That means we cannot connect to the internet. See. Okay. So that's why it is not allowed. And then coming to CIDR reservation and so on. Yeah, remaining things you can ignore. Okay. Just come here. Okay. View details, edit subnet. Okay. CIDR reservation. Okay. Just click edit CIDR reservation. Okay. Here you can see IPv4 and subnet ID and IPv4 CIDR. So all these details you can see in a subnet reservations. Let's go back. Okay, actions, edit subnet settings, ACL, association. Okay, share subnet. Yeah, there's no sharing currently. Okay, so currently we have one VPC and we have one subnet. Okay, I'm going to create another subnet. Okay, just create another subnet over here. Okay, select the same VPC. I'm going to select the same VPC and the subnet 2 this time. Okay, 6 AM subnet. Okay, private this time, private. So again, as I told you, you have a lot of flexibility to choose. Okay, available zones. Any availability zone can be selected. Okay, here 10 dot. Okay. Yeah. So 10.0.0 of 24 I've selected. Okay. Sorry, it is 10 dot. Okay. So it has been selected and I can give any name, key or any name can be given.
Yes.
Otherwise, you can reduce it to this one. So as it said, actually it can be between 16 to 28. Okay. Okay. So if you give 28, it can hold how many values? 28 minus 32. Only 32 IP addresses only you can allocate. But I am giving the liberty of 24. Okay. 24. So next, create subnet. So CIDR address is not within the CIDR address from VPC. Okay. Then I will give, okay, shall we give 17? No, it's not taking. 24, what about 26? Oh, this is also not taking. Okay. So I will give 1 dot. Okay. 24 I will give. Ten dot 0.0.0 only, right? We have given.
Yes.
Or 150 VPSs.
10.0.0.
150. See, look at here. We are given 150,
150
not
dot.
10 dot. That is the reason it is not taking. Since we have already selected this VPC, we have to give only within this range. Okay. Got it, right? We have to give only with a series of 150.0.0.0 of 24 or 25, whatever you want, you can give. Okay. Coming to this subnet, here we have already started with the range of 150.24. Okay. So you can create one more subnet.
It's in the range of 1.
Yes. Select VPC. Okay. So 6 AM subnet. Okay. Wait. So availability zone, can give any availability zone. Here coming to 150.0.0.
20.
Okay. 0 of okay 24 I am giving. Okay. So now it will take. Clear? Why? VPC has a CIDR, particular CIDR that start with 150. The same range you have to give. We cannot go to some other range. Okay. Yeah. So if you want to change, you can give this like something like this. That's not an issue. Why? 60,000 means we can give series, another series also, because each part can accommodate only 156 IP addresses. Got it?
Yes.
So you can also increase this number, second number, 1 or 2 or whatever it is, because our total CIDR block size is 60,000 IP addresses. That's the reason you can give any number over here. Create subnet. Created. 2 subnets were created. Just go and check now your VPC. This is a VPC, and these are the 2 subnets. Okay. So you can say public subnet. This is the one I'm going to delete it. I don't want this actually. Okay. Actions. Delete subnet. As well as you can keep it actually by default. It has been created. You can understand from here is a 6 AM public subnet and the 6 AM private subnet. Okay. So both were being created. Now what next? I have to create a route table. Okay. How to create a route table? Okay. We just go here. This is where actually we can create a route table. Okay. See, what is this? It has been already created, I think. Just check this one. Yeah, 6 AM VPC 24th December. See, the route table has been created with this VPC. This is your VPC, right? For this VPC, we have already a route table. Where's the route table? This is a route table. Here you can see the route table. Okay. So if you want to check the properties, you can check the properties out here. Okay. So this is how actually we create VPCs and subnets. Okay. So next class we discuss about route tables and internet gateways. Okay.
Could you share me the videos, sir?
Videos. Okay, I'll share. Yeah.
Yeah. I recorded, but I didn't get the voice for that videos.
How you are able to record?
It is in screen recording, sir.
Oh, you have screen recorder. Okay. But ideally, I don't share, but I will share you. But don't share to anybody.
No, I wouldn't share.